and it's preparing to stream.
On some meetings, I see it in a corner, but
Now it is. Okay, you're live.
Okay, I'm having a hard time.
all right, so we're live. Things I see it in a corner, but oh, now we're double.
Okay, you're live.
Okay, I'm having a hard time.
You might need to mute Ruth.
All right.
Things I see it in a corner, but oh, now we're double.
Okay, you're live.
Hard time.
Because otherwise we're gonna get Ruth.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna call to order at 6:32. Hi, Jean. By the way, I didn't say hello to you. I'm sorry.
Hi.
And I'm going to share if I have the ability to share. I just wanted to share my flag. There we go. And share. And can you see it? All right. We can all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. And I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Share. And so we are recording, and next on our agenda, that's not popping up for me, I apologize, because that's how it rolls, is roll call. Jean, do you want to call the roll call?
Sure. Maureen Lewis.
Here.
Heather Shea.
Here.
Heather Schofield. I know she's here.
She's here. She's muted.
And myself.
Okay. And I think Dr.
Sorry, present. There's a lot of conversation going on in my field office, so I want to stay on mute.
No worries. I'm sure Dr. Mohammed is planning to join us. I did not hear from Kathy, so but we can go for him. So Maureen will need to jump off, I think, and deal with some things. So would anyone be against putting the minutes, review of the minutes off to after old business? Any objections?
No.
None.
Okay. So, Maureen, if you could provide us with your updates, I appreciate it.
Sure. Good evening, everybody. I just wanted to provide you with an overview of what's happening in West Haven at the moment. As you've all been hearing, we're way ahead of, well, let me backtrack a little. We all anticipated an increase in COVID cases, right? But we're a little bit ahead of schedule. You know, I think a lot of us looked at maybe the fall, is there being a surge or another wave per se, but we've risen quickly. And I want to give you just some data as of today. So West Haven is unfortunately at a 9% case rate. And about, well, I'll say a month ago, just before I took a vacation, we were at 0 cases every day, 0, maybe 1. We're now seeing 10 to 14 a day. Sometimes they'll be considerably less, but we're averaging about 34 and a half per week. So we saw quite an increase. The problem is not only do we have an increase in COVID cases, where our vaccine rate, overall fully vaccinated rate, is 55.36%. So, you know, that's concerning to me because we haven't even started school yet. And to be honest, that's going to be an issue when school resumes, as there is no vaccine for children under 12. So We
So
have, we
I
talked
did hear an
with-
update today at work, Maureen, just to let you know that they're anticipating that will be late fall, winter for the under 12 to be allowed to be back.
Oh yeah, they've been talking about that, and I know they're kind of pressuring the FDA to hurry up, and yeah, thank you. It's can't come fast enough, but they have to take the vaccine. You know what I mean? And we talked today, Mary Kate and I, about resurrecting our vaccine program and what that would look like. We know that as far as a booster goes, we have completed or are working on a survey now that the state submitted. But whether we have interest in providing boosters, yes, of course we do. And vaccinating children under 12. I will get together with Neil because Neil has been doing clinics. But we want to be able to, now we have events coming up. We have concerts on the green. We would like to be able to continue to offer the vaccine. And looking into finding designated staff to do that so that we have committed, vaccinators just for this effort. At the moment, quite honestly, a month ago, we transferred our vaccine, our Moderna, to Yale because no one wanted, everyone who wanted it got it. And we weren't seeing any numbers, no matter how many attempts, we made. And we're looking to get it back and to see what we can do. And hopefully maybe people have changed their mind and offer it should they want it. So that's coming soon. We want to be able to get that on board soon. What's good about we never shut down our clinic. We just transferred our vaccine. So VAMS is still active. All we have to do is set up the clinic room at Noble Street with our partitions. And we feel pretty confident we can get that done quickly. Any numbers? Yeah, we're at 9% case rate. Contact tracing, that's still going on. Actually, they're busier than they have been in 6 months. One got another job and left, so I'm replacing her with somebody because we want her in place for the school, beginning of school, and also UNH. Once they go back to school, we will be, as we did last year, tracing the off-campus students. So there's a lot coming down very quickly, and I keep saying, look, we're not like we were a year ago, but in your minds, picture us maybe back at April or May. We have to try to get more people vaccinated. We have to continue with our security measures. We know that people who are vaccinated are getting sick. So that's the message we're sending. And we do have now we have a mask mandate for all city buildings, and we sent out a release and a phone message recommending that businesses and everyone mask indoors for their protection, for everyone else's protection. Yes, we told everyone get vaccinated so you can take your masks off. But until more people are vaccinated, unfortunately, that didn't work that way. It's just the way it is. I mean, is it discouraging? Yes, but we'll get through it. That's what I have. I mean, I think I put most of my data on that press release. There will be more this Thursday because every Thursday the state issues a comprehensive PDF, case numbers, tests, deaths, etc. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'm happy to try to answer.
My only question is, I know you were talking about resurrecting the clinic. What about doing, what we had done at Meadowbrook or other places, getting out into the mobile clinics? I know.
Yeah. Yes,
Exactly.
we can do that. And that's, you know, again, I'm looking to put together a designated staff so that we, you know, we had a very committed team throughout the whole vaccine process, yourself included. And, you know, everyone has a lot of commitments, and this went on months and months. And, you know, people have responsibilities. And while we still want those who are interested to participate, what we don't want to get into is having to worry about, you know, the day before or the day of having them vaccinated. So it'll be a little different, but the same. So anyone who is interested, continue to help out. But we want at least, I think I'd like to have at least 2 people who are just steady and designated just for that, so that we know what we have and what we can do. And, you know, I think it's not going to be as large of a scale, but we weren't getting the response, but we'll adjust accordingly and then be ready for boosters.
Yeah. And do we have an idea of when they're thinking for the boosters? You know, they've been
we feel that we should know by September. We should have an idea.
Yeah, they said today at Yale probably within the next 6 months or so, and it's going to be people who are over 65 and immunocompromised as the priority.
Yeah, of course.
They also said that one of the good things that, although the numbers are increasing, hospitalizations are not increasing at the same rate. So that is a better indicator about how, I don't know, he used the word bad, but about how bad it is moving. So the patients who are getting positive results are not sick enough to require hospitalization, which is definitely a good thing.
Correct. The severity of disease is a lot less, thankfully. That's hopefully the vaccine working.
And are we getting larger and larger numbers of breakthroughs then? Or is that what you're seeing, people who are vaccinated?
We are seeing breakthroughs. Yeah, I was surprised at how many. Courtney's working on, she gave me a number, but the number the data we had, it didn't make sense. So she's working through it again. I'm working on putting together some more detailed data as things are different now. So now we first started, we had positive tests, positive, you know, cases. Now we've got vaccinated, unvaccinated, you know, variants. That we do know that Delta is the dominant.
Yeah.
And you know, we don't want any more variants.
Yeah. And that's what the vaccines are going to help us, and masking.
That's what the vaccines are going to help us hopefully prevent more mutations. It's very difficult to, you know, explain that to those who, you know, have made up their minds. But
have you had any luck with that video that you were making? Because maybe we can get that out there.
Yeah, in fact, the pastor who sat for me wanted it, and I'm trying to make contact with them to get it to them because it's on a flash drive. It's too large to email. I tried. Yeah, I just have to
share that on the Facebook page. Maybe I'm just trying to think. We really need. I'm going to work with more education out.
Work with Jermaine to see if it's how we can make it. It's about 7 minutes.
Wow. That's great.
I could certainly, and I have edited it and shrink it to try to, but it should all work on YouTube. It should be able to upload.
And we should be able to share a link. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what we really need to do is get some more and more education out there in regards to vaccine hesitancy and how to overcome that. Just, you know, my thoughts.
Yeah,
that's my opinion too. I don't think it's accessibility at this point. I think it's the people who haven't gotten vaccinated are the ones that are hesitant and don't want to for whatever reason.
Yes, you're right, Jean. I agree with you 100%. I mean, there are, you know, people I work with who aren't vaccinated, and it's you know, it's breaking through that
barrier, whatever.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are more difficult than others.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
just,
accessibility. We will go anywhere. Let's put it that way.
yep.
And we've been around. I mean, we can,
And
other than short of going door to door.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it again with Courtney. That was you know, but it's just the numbers are just not there right now. We just have to get to them somehow that they'd be willing. So
But if people
We
are
have-
willing to lose their job, I mean, I know a handful of people willing to lose their job than to get vaccinated. I mean, you're not gonna, I don't know how to get through to those type of situations, you know? And what percentage of what's left out there are those types of situations, you know?
You're right. How do you break through to someone who's willing to lose their job? We could make all the flyers and videos in the world.
mhm.
We have 59, our rate of 59% of our residents at least got a dose. So not everyone got 2. Our fully vaccinated rate is 55.36. So there's a 4% there that. Anyway.
And you know, just, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it doesn't seem that the numbers since our last meeting have really moved very much. We kind of are at a plateau
Yep.
now.
Correct. That's correct. So
Well-
we will go back to the drawing board and attempt again.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions for Maureen in regards to the COVID, our numbers, our current status, anything?
I have a question. You know those surveys that you put out? Is there a way to put a survey together about the cause of the hesitancy to see sort of
Yes.
what is the root reason?
That's a good idea.
Yep. I will ask Coralie, who did the survey.
I think that's,
To
I
do
mean,
that.
I don't know how many people will do it, but maybe it'll give us insight into what path needs to be traveled down, I guess.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes,
That's
Jean,
great.
I like that idea. I will communicate that to the COVID staff. And knowing Coralie, it'll be done by
Tonight.
the evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, we have a very good COVID team. I can't. Heather, right?
Yeah, no, they're amazing, all of
feel
them.
very. Yep. We will do that, Jean.
Any other points? I think Maureen's probably going to have to jump off. So does anyone have anything for Maureen before she jumps off?
You want me to text Dr. Muhammad? I can see if he's.
Sure. He might have the same issue as you.
He
and
may. We're all having this.
That's what I'm
this
thinking.
kind of-
Because he was
So-
definitely planning on coming. But if you don't mind, that would be great.
I will text him and gotta make a few calls, quite a few calls actually. And text me if during the meeting if you have any other questions and I can write back.
Okay. That
Okay.
sounds good. We probably don't have too much more to go through because there was only one other thing on our agenda. So, but absolutely, I will.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Maureen.
All right, ladies, thank you very much. Have a good evening. Stay safe. Wear your
Good
mask,
luck.
wash your hands.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So can we jump back on the agenda to the review of the minutes from July? And thank you, Jean. I know that was a hard one for you to get those, they don't cooperate
a
with you.
big
But that works
challenge.
perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Even if
And
you
then-
just, I cut and paste it.
Yeah. Well, and then we were away and I didn't have that computer and it was just a mess. But anyway.
No worries. No worries. It got to me. So does anyone have any questions about the July minutes? I'm like, what month are we in? July minutes? If not, do we have a motion to accept?
Yes. Can I accept them? I don't know.
You can.
Okay. So then yes.
I'm going to abstain abstain because I was not here.
That's right. Okay, so one abstention. And so minutes are done. The only other thing on our agenda, and I was really hoping Kathy was going to be here, was updates regarding the DEIB diversity, belonging, inclusion, equity. I talked to Kathy, I would say about 2 weeks ago, and she was able to find a way to create a group, because when I tried to do the roots of health equity, I could only find out how we could set it up individually, but Kathy was able to figure that out. So I'm going to text her separately. And if she hasn't been able to, because I'm wondering if she's gotten busy at work too, just as everything is ramping up. We haven't really touched base about that, so I was hoping to talk to her about that tonight. Because I started looking at the roots of health equity and the NACCHO, NACCHO website. It's a great program, and it's definitely would be more effective learning if we were all going through it together at least, you know, to the point where maybe not at the same time, but where we can comment together and there's places to sort of write comments back and forth to each other. So that's kind of where we were at in getting that done. And I know she was going to talk to some of the people with, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name of the committee. I apologize. She was going to talk to, I think, Trinae and...
Oh, the Community Alliance.
Thank you, Community Alliance. I
Welcome.
knew the people, I just could not think of the name. The Community Alliance people too, and sort of partner with them as well in the learning and signing up for the group. So I want to check and touch base with her how far we got along with that, because that was kind of the updates in regards to that. And I know, Kebby, you weren't here last month, and that was, you know, her presentation was really great. And I think, you know, that the next step is us, you know, taking the next steps forward. And Dr. Mohammed had also sort of spoken about, you know, reaching out to others in the community about that as well. And our, you know, city leadership in regards to that. We did talk about setting up a booth at the Savin Rock Festival. Unfortunately, the timing of it did not work out. But, you know, perhaps we can think about that also for the Apple Festival. And maybe, I don't know if Maureen was thinking, I know she mentioned other festivals, if maybe they're going to consider offering vaccines at, you know, gatherings even. So maybe there's something that we can do being out in the community that way as well. Any other thoughts or discussion in regards to that? I think we're kind of at a point where I'm just, you know, we'll follow up on the next steps as far as that, in my opinion. Anyone else?
I don't have any other thoughts.
I'm good.
So that really brings us up to, is there any new business that anyone would like to discuss? I think, as Maureen stated, I think we're kind of back to a COVID-19 focus right now.
Sadly so. Very sadly so.
I know. Anything else we need to discuss? We may be able to, we've gone through our agenda, so.
Well, then I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, sounds good. So do we have a second?
And I will get back to practice.
Second.
All right, go back to practice and enjoy.
All right. Thanks, ladies. Have a great night.
Thank you, Kebby.
Bye.
Bye. All right. And I will sign off. And Jean, I will, I'm sure talk to you.
Okay.
We'll work it out. If you have to cut and paste it and send it that way, that's fine.
All right, I think I'll just start doing it on. I have a Mac and it's easier. That was
Okay.
on it ended up in a Google Docs as opposed to a Word doc, and it just got very complicated. So
No worries. However is best for you.
all right, thanks.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.